Welcome back. All right, so right on cue, NHL Department of Player Safety is calling guys in today, but there's some other news as well. Montreal news: Cole Caulfield joins the list of the walking wounded for the Montreal Canadiens. He's only supposed to be out for a week, though. It's an upper body injury, so it doesn't affect him for the start of the season or anything like that. So that's a good news, bad news situation in that he's out for a week, but it should be fine before the season starts. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, right? So, out of last night's games, Greig, we'll talk about this one first. He's being called for a disciplinary hearing today. And he cross-checked Pierre-Luc Dubois in the face. Pierre-Luc Dubois needed 15 stitches, but Dubois also stated he doesn't believe it was intentional. He doesn't believe there was any nefarious intent behind the cross-check from Greig. But remember, the NHL's looking at cross-checking a little bit more critically this year, so we'll see, right? Greig, of course, had a good game, gets himself a goal last night, but it's going to be overshadowed a little bit by this, at least for now. But yeah, so we'll see if he gets a game suspension or a couple or what happens, or if the fact that Dubois himself came out and said, look, I don't think he meant to do it. I don't think there was any intent behind it, if that changes the outcome of this as well. And from the game I watched yesterday between Washington and Boston, Dylan McIlrath will have a hearing today for the head hit on Fogarty. Fogarty was knocked out on the play, did not return to the game, so definitely injured. And so McIlrath, who very likely wasn't going to qualify for the Washington Capitals blue line in the first place, is now likely looking at a suspension as well. I didn't think it was that bad on the replay that I saw, but it's preseason, so I just saw the one replay and they moved on from it. And so we'll see, right? We'll see whether or not the NHL deems it to be one of those premeditated or predatory head hits, or how they deem it to fit into the scenario for this year. But this may very well give us an idea for just how hard they're going to be on guys this year, or whether or not we're going to be looking at I mean, if it was a fine, these guys wouldn't be getting a hearing. Fines are just announced, so there's going to be a suspension, but will it just be one game for each? Let me know your prediction in the comment section. They will be handing those out today, I would think. Jamie Benn, the Dallas Stars have decided they're going to play him at center this year. He's played on the left wing a lot. He's also played at center a lot. I think he's more comfortable at center. And if you have Jamie Benn down the middle, as well as Tyler Seguin, if that's your 1-2 punch, that's not bad. The thing is, there's other players there that can play center for Dallas, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the lineup shakes out. They do need to have two scoring lines. That's been a challenge for them at points too. Sometimes they just have that one super line where you have Radulov, Seguin, and Benn. Well, last year that line didn't get a chance to play together at all, and so it doesn't look like this year it's going to happen either, if Benn and Seguin are on separate lines. But again, Dallas needs to find more scoring. Rope Hintz will help. We'll see whether he's playing on Benn's line or on Seguin's line. But Benn playing center, I think that's where he's more comfortable. So probably the right call. I'm wearing my Henrik Lundqvist jersey today because the New York Rangers will be retiring his number on January 28th. So we knew this was going to be coming sooner or later, and it's going to be sooner. January 28th, they will retire the number for Henrik Lundqvist, who, of course, was forced to retire during this offseason. So, yeah, and there was some player movement going on over the last 12, 24 hours, but it's mostly, if not all, teams sending junior age players down to juniors so they can get into the training camps for their junior teams and play down there. Basically, you have these guys come into training camp and you look and you go, yep, he's pretty good, but he needs more time in junior, and you may very well give him ideas for what he needs to work on. Maybe you call his junior team and say, hey, here's what we're looking at with him and what his strengths and weaknesses could be here for you. But yeah, a lot of junior age players getting sent down. So I do expect there to be some surprises in there, but I didn't see any names today in the list of guys who've been sent down so far. There were like major shockers. The surprising thing is there may be some first round draft picks from 2021 who may very well make their teams out of camp. Now, how far they get past camp, past the preseason, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not we get a lot of guys in the league. And by a lot, I would mean like 4 or 5. Because again, the 2021 draft was seen as not having anybody who was NHL ready, and we're already looking at a couple that may very well get themselves spots. At the very least, teams are making it so that they're set up to succeed, and that's always nice to see. But there you go. So quick little news video for you guys this morning. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.